What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again, part two. Part two of the video from yesterday. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that comment button for me, y'all. Y'all do that for your big partner, man. Share the video, Facebook, Instagram, let everybody know, whatever. Anyway, but look, so we gonna pick right back up where we left off at, y'all. I left out the cell. And I had got a good understanding with him. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say I told him I would never mention this to nobody else because I didn't want him to feel like he was getting punked. A lot of times, man, you can make a lot of headway with people, but just don't make them feel like they're being punked. It's just like you hear the term, man, you effing me over. Dang, but just make me like it. Why that term was used so much back in the day, I don't know. But anyway. Oh, okay. But anyway, so you gotta look. Put yourself in his shoes. If I leave out the cell and I start running around, if I tell my little young homies, they're going to tell other people, and it's going to be a situation like, oh man, such and such, man, Cartoon come down here and scared such and such about messing with the Crips. So now it's going to kick his pride up, and the first chance he get, if he a fool, he going to want to try to, have a verbal or physical confrontation with one of the young homies, knowing what's coming, but want to, going out his way to prove to all these suckers sitting around here that he's a real go-getter. Don't do that. Don't like the alien said on I Am Number 4. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I let him know that. So when I did leave out, I went back in the cell, called a bunch of little young homies in, and I told him, I say, cuz the situation that you had with old boy, I said that's over. You ain't got to worry about that no more. That's not gonna happen no more. He was like, cuz what? After a bunch of back and forth, he understood, cuz, let it go. It's over with. Cool, it's over with. Old boy ain't gonna trip no more. All right, so I leave the block. I'm not gonna lie, man, maybe about 3 months went by. Old boy come down, the door opens up. In Alabama, they call it the slider. I call it the door. That's just like when they call, a lot of people call flip-flops or shower shoes, they call them slides. I don't do that. Them shower shoes to me, them slides, But anyway, door opens up. Here he come with 2-3 big old laundry bags, mattress thrown over his shoulder. He's moving out the block he was living in and moved down to the block I'm living in. Now the block I'm living in is the danger zone. It was it was 2 blocks called the Dirty Deuce. This is where everybody that's somebody, this is where they gonna be living at. If you wasn't about that life, you was trying to move up out that block. You want to go to 4 block, 1 block, you know what I'm saying? One of them south side, them dorms. I wasn't with that dorm living. I want me a cell. Put me in a cell. Did I eventually go to living in a dorm? Yeah, but I'm a blockhead. They call them blockheads. I want to be up in the blocks with my own cell, but my door I can close at nighttime. I don't care nothing about no being out and about around a lot of people. Bump that. I'm too paranoid for that. So anyway, he come moving in, which to me wasn't no thing. You can move in. They moved him upstairs. Little bitty dude, little young Muslim dude. Now we finna round back around to why I was speaking on the Muslims in the first half. So he moved over to our block. They put him upstairs in the cell with a little young Muslim cat. Okay, now the reason why I'm able to tell you the rest of what I'm finna tell you is because I got the story from the little young guy, the little bitty small Muslim cat. After everything hit the fan, so here it is. Okay, They put him in the cell. Now, the whole time the little young Muslim dude was living in that cell, which about a year, he always been setting up with another Muslim. And they would come out every day, certain times a day. They would go to the back day room, put their rugs down, and they do their salat, they do their prayer. Okay, cool, to each his own. So now here it is about a year later, here come Big Boy. He moved back in the cell. Now, when he moved in the cell, I guess he peeped that he's in the cell with a little young Muslim dude. Now, one of the mistakes a lot of people make when they dealing with the Muslims, Muslims try to carry themselves in a certain type way. They try to talk in a certain type way, walk, look, act certain type way. A lot of people make the mistake and they take their demeanor for weakness. You know what I'm saying? It's not always like that. Okay. And this little young dude, he wasn't the Nation of Islam. He was a Sunni. You know what I'm saying? He was a little, Sunni Muslim. When did his thing. So anyway, when Big Boy moved in the cell, he seen that it was a Muslim. In his mind, I guess that's strike one. Then he seen it was a little bitty, little bitty dude. I guess in his mind, strike two. Then the dude was kind of young. The dude was in his, dude couldn't have been no more than about 23, 24. In his mind, strike three. I guess he figured he gonna get down. He gonna do what he want to do, Okay. They had started getting into it. The big dude was very disrespectful to him. He trying to put nude pictures up on the wall, which is gonna rub the Muslim cat the wrong way. And even though the nude pictures were of, some female pictures that he had or whatever, he tried to stick them on the wall over there by his bed. So he roll over, he look at the wall, he sees, the booties and titties, Muslim dude had a problem with that. They was having words back and forth about that. The Muslim dude was a very, very clean cat. He was very clean, make his bed up, and kept the floors and stuff clean. Big Boy was a straight up pig. He was, he was, whoa, god dang. Man, I almost said that word. Even though I wouldn't have meant that word as disrespect. Man, as soon as look here, man, y'all would have got on my head. All the bloods out there would have got on my, man, too, you said tripping, you said, no, I'm not. Boy, I said it based off how this dude was carrying himself, acting. But I caught it. Ha ha! Anyway, the dude was a nasty individual, man. And then on top of that, the dude messed with boys. About 4 or 5 days went by, and you could tell Big Boy and the little young Muslim dude, they having their words. Sometimes you can hear them arguing at nighttime over the tier. There's something real quick. So now the young Muslim cat, he had been telling this dude this, he had been telling this dude that, telling this dude this and that. One day, 3 Muslims, 2 came over. They became 3 because the little young one dude that was there, he came back in. He had 2 of his little Muslim partners with him. They go to the cell. They in the cell trying to read the Quran or do they studies or something. Here come Big Boy. And he got a boy with him. When I say he got a boy with him, I mean he got a punk. He got one of them cats that's from the alphabet mafia. He want to go in the cell. He go in there and try to Buffalo Bogart the cell. Man, I mean, get up in here, man. Y'all been up in there all day, which they had been up in there for a couple of hours. So, old boy, he did have a right to, get in the cell. He lived there like he's been telling me, I live in this cell, man. I come up in this cell. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? This is my company right here. Your company got to be on that side of the bed. My company going to be. He come up in there with the boy. So, words start getting passed, and they was telling him how disrespectful he was, this, that, and the other. Okay. Big boy didn't want to hear that mess. The Muslims left. They left. And the reason why they left, because they had church, matter of fact, church call, I believe that's what it was. Church call. So, everybody that's going to their prospective groups, they going out the door. They going, what I'm saying? So all the Muslims going to where they, hold, they little tip up thing where they be at. You got church call, you got all type of stuff. A few hours go by, a couple hours go by, the yard's closing. So everybody coming back in. It wasn't even a few hours. It wasn't but 1 hour, about an hour and a half. When everybody's coming back in, Big Boy's still up in the cell with the Saguni, with the pump. Door blocked off. It's blocked off. What they in there doing, who knows? It seemed like it got dark. I'm sitting in the day room. I used to post up in the downstairs day room at this table with my back up against the wall right by the phone. That way I could see everything. Because I'm a nosy person. I want to see it, see what everybody got going on. You can hear everything on it. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all, hold on. I was going to say, I'm going to show y'all a picture of how it looks. The inside of the block. Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture. Hold on. I'm going to show you a picture. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Okay, hold on. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Okay. I don't mean to really take up y'all time, but I just really want y'all to see the inside of this prison. Yeah. So now here it is. Okay. Show y'all what it looks like on the inside when I see it. But anyway, whenever it pop around. So look, when I told y'all it seemed like it's getting dark, I look up and about 10 or 11 dudes coming through the door. About 10 or 11. So I'm looking, and what catch my attention, all of them are real neat and clean. They neat and clean. They got their shirts tucked in, they pants and shirts creased up, and they all got them rugs thrown over their shoulder. They got them Qurans up under their arm. I'm saying, oh, they're the Muslims. I've switched. I've seen them moving mass, going to places, doing different stuff. So at first, I didn't pay no attention to them coming up in the block when they walked up in the block. So you can come down the stairs, or you can go through and walk across and go straight up the stairs. And that's what that's what they were doing. They bailed up in there. And I'm looking, so I'm like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? What we got going on here? Oh man, I'm trying to see this prison. Okay. I'm gonna wait till the picture pop up and I'll show it to you. But anyway, so I'm like, man, what we got going on here? And they all going, so I'm at first I'm not tripping on them, so I'm watching. They go straight to the cell where the little young dude lived. Now the little young dude was in the front. When he get to the cell, he turn around here. The door is locked and the windows blocked off. So when he get to the cell, he turn, he hollering, Q, Q. So when the police come to the cube, they looking. He like, roll the cell, roll the cell. He got his hand up. So when the cell door opened up, all of them go up in there. All of them go up in there, man. So now, wasn't none jumping at first. Wasn't none jumping, wasn't none going on. They up in there. So but now I ain't gonna even lie. I'm watching because I'm knowing. I'm like, oh shoot, I know what this is. I know what this is. You know, I know what this is. So I'm watching. I ain't gonna even lie, y'all. Boy, it go down. It start going down. All you heard was a boom, 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 boom. So now you heard somebody. Oh, hold on. I can't find a picture of it, y'all. I'll catch you in a minute. Man, hold on, man, hold on. Then the door come open. When the door come open, the first thing that came out was the pump. He had a dude on both sides slanging him. I thought they were gonna throw him over the tier. He come flying out on the tier. Boom, hit the floor, jumped up, took off running. Now the door is open. You can see, boy, they in there. They own Big Boy, but now Big Boy he getting down. But that cell is small, so you know with it being small like that, it kind of give Big Boy a little advantage. But it's too many of them on him. Man, I ain't gonna even lie. I think they hit him in the head with prayer rugs, with big old Qurans. They own him. They own him. When they in there thumping. Now, of course, the police done hit the code, because as soon as he opened up, he seen everybody going at one cell. He peeking and watching. They in there tussling, boy. They tussling. It come out on the tier. When it come out on the tier, man, listen. Old boy on the ground. He on all fours. You got all of them on him. They own him, but they hold him down. They hold him down. One dude got his elbow in his throat, and his head is kind of pushed back side. They own him. They like two on one leg, two on another leg, two on this arm, that arm. They holding him down. And you got a couple of them punching him. He lucky wasn't no knife play. He lucky it wasn't no knife play, because they was on him. So look, at that time, here come the goon squad running in. You know what I'm saying? So soon as they run in, dudes, they got up off of them. They backed up. So now on the part of the tier they live in, if you go back far enough, you going back toward the shower area. So what you want to do is when you back by the shower area, you know, you just back up and you just try to be cool for whatever they got going on. What y'all got going on? What y'all got going on? So look, when they got up off of them, y'all see my eyes going that way because I'm looking for this picture that I want to show y'all. But anyway, so now they all backed up off of them and they all standing back by the wall by the shower, above the shower. Oh boy, he get up, you know what I'm saying? He kind of look bruised up. Wasn't no real kind of damn. They just socking him up. He get up, he woofing though. Boy, he woofing. Woo, 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 woo. The Muslims ain't saying nothing. They not saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? They handle their business. They ain't saying nothing. So look. I got quiet because I see the picture I'm looking for. But anyway, they get up off of him. The police, they grab him. He talking crazy. So now they like, okay. Dang, I'm looking for that picture. But anyway, so they like, okay, they cuff him up. And he going crazy. Man, what y'all cuff me up for, man? They jumped on me. They did this and this. They did this and that. They cuffed him up. They walked him out. They told all the Muslims come down to the not the Sally Port, but to the bottom rock. Now, anybody who ever been, they know what I'm talking about. The bottom rock. They cuffed them all up. Boop, 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 boop. and they took him out. When I say the bottom rock, it wasn't the bottom rock. I keep thinking of St. Clair. To that front door. It was to that front door. Yeah. But anyway, they cuffed them all up and they took them out. About an hour and a half later, they brought all of them back. All of them didn't come back to that block, but they released all the Muslims and they locked Big Boy up. Now, this is the type of system that you're dealing with in Alabama. Anybody can tell you, stuff like this will happen a whole lot, man. If people can turn popular belief against you, they'll say, okay, well, you the troublemaker. We just gonna lock you up and turn them loose. It's a cold game, man. I've seen dudes get their manhood took from him, and then when they go tell, they get down to the police station, the shift office, and he'll say who's supposed to did what he did to him. Old boy gonna come down there with a whole bunch of dudes that's gonna say, oh no, he lying. This dude gay, he been gay. He just trying to get him in trouble. And they all will start lying saying you gay and you just da. And there it goes. They got that started happening when some called PREA, P-R-E-A, Prison Reform PREA Act or whatever it is. It's something to stop people from getting their manhood took in jail, whatever it is. But anyway, but that's how that goes. So they released all the little Muslim cats, and bang, locked him up. And he didn't stay up locked, but they let him out of lockup. About a week later, they put him in a hole on the other side of the prison. But anyway, I get the story from the horse's mouth from the little young dude, and he was because I'm nosy. He was telling me that they didn't immediately start punching on him when they walked in the cell. They walked in the cell in regards to talking to him. And he went to popping off, talking crazy about can't nobody tell him nothing and this, that, and the other. And they was already sick of him. The youngster had already been complaining about him. So they went on and just flipped the script and blitzed him, But anyway, man, in the meantime, between time, man, y'all tell the people you love them. And I'm going to try to put this footage up for y'all so you can see. If I don't put it up, tell the people you love them. I'm out. Peace. What's up, y'all? I was trying to find some footage of West Jefferson Prison, or as what they call it now, Donaldson, William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility. But we call it by the old name, West Jefferson. But I couldn't find the footage I was looking for. I want to show y'all the cells and all that. But now for Bumper Then, I'm going to show y'all some footage. And this is the other maximum security, St. Clair. Look how raggedy the cells are. This is the first prison I ever went to in the state of Alabama. I'm finna show y'all. Now the footage I'm gonna show y'all. Yeah, of course y'all. These some young Crips. They acting a fool because you gonna hear one of them say "on Crip," and you can see the blue belts and stuff they got on. But yeah, this some footage of some of the little young Crips. They got. Hey, old people. You'll get taken advantage of in prison unless you're stomped down unaliver. They sit up here, they tortured old school, finna, they playing with him at first. They started out, they was playing with him, they just wanted to swat him, but in the end, he ended up getting popped because he tried to rush one of them. I guess they hit him too hard, he tried to run, they ended up getting popped. But y'all check this out, man.
Do you want to play, nigga? Lay down. Lay down. Come on, man. Run playing, man. Man, tell that run. Man, you hit me no goddamn stick, man. Lay down, bitch. Before I put the knife on your ass, bitch. Why? Oh, you hit me the stick one time, man. Don't see you one time hurt me. Turn around, bitch. You gonna get a power like in school. You gotta take 3 legs, bitch. Bend over. Oh, bend your ass over. Man, bend over, man. Bend over. Bend over. Man, what shit, man? You can't make me get 3 legs, bitch. I'm gonna put the knife on your ass. Take a look at me. No. Take it. Bend over, bitch. I'm gonna say, oh, man, that's too hard, dog. Bend over. You for talking too much. Hey. Oh, man. Go, man. That's it, man. Man, try to hurt me, man.
There you go.
When I then you pop. Don't nobody drop, you better put into the block. Then fuck the cops, you better squeeze until it's empty. I put that on 50, she's with it, how you hit me? Hey gang, swing game, what it looks at. 5 tray, hey, yeah, third that. 4 8, 8 8, 11 6. So when you slide down the 8, you're getting clapped at. Heads up until my days up.